answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
We're being told that as soon as John McCain or Barack Obama are elected and inaugurated coming up in late January, that Al-Qaeda is going to test America and Europe with a terror attack, or the government's going to stage more terror attacks, the shadow government, to give an excuse to the system to expand more wars, take more liberties and freedoms. We'll be talking about that, the economy with Texe Mars, and a lot more. And Texe has also done some research, and this is coming up at the end of the hour, on the Grand Poobah, the guy that says that basically anybody and everybody in the Patriot movement except him is a agent of the Vatican. Now that's pretty funny, because you're, of course, a Protestant pastor. My family helped found Texas. The Ayers family raised Colonel Travis's son. They brought in Bibles into Galveston and literally ran from the Jesuits who were trying to kill him up to Nacogdoches and then into Central Texas after that. So that's really funny as well. But we're not going to name any names today. It's just what's been discovered is very interesting. And, of course, it was obvious from the beginning, but it's become even more obvious. And so it's very important to understand that people want to undermine movements and want to claim the people that are effectively exposing the New World Order that we're all the agents. And notice, we're never out doing that. And then 9 times out of 10, we find out those saying this about us, they are the agents. No one's saying that the Vatican isn't very corrupt and part of the New World Order. Texe has written books on that and even been criticized by Catholic publications for that. It's just that this is a great wedge issue to try to somehow energize evangelical Christians into attacking Christian leaders like Texe Mars and others. So it's just more infighting, more divide and conquer. We won't spend too much time on that, maybe 5-10 minutes, but it should a very serious discovery that has been made. But I don't want this individual's name uttered on my show, because before I even knew who he was, he called me, emailed me a bunch like 4 or 5 years ago, and the first email I saw was, "How dare you? You've refused my interviews. You're clearly a Vatican agent. If you don't interview me within 1 week, I will expose you." And I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna do that. Though I would like you to expose the place of the Vatican in the whole New World Order with us today. We're not bashing Catholics, folks. This thing has taken over everything. But I think it's important to also show that." But then I learned this individual says I'm a white supremacist. No, it's not about me. He says he's a white supremacist. Well, he says that blacks should be put in their own country. He says that Catholic priests do black magic rituals in aircraft and fire power beams down, that's what nuclear bombs are. And he's clearly trying to discredit the whole movement. I mean, only a 2-year-old would not see this, but I've ignored it. And then the people that are his followers, who are well-meaning idiots, I go, but do Catholic priests do black magic? I mean, is the earth on a string? He says that the earth is on a string in the center of the universe, and that they drop nukes on ley lines with Masonic power beams. I mean, you can't make this up, so that's coming up. But instead of myself babbling Texe, we're going to skip this break for the internet audience and be back for everybody else. Let's get into the economy first and the election and spend the lion's share of that. I don't like policing people, but this really is interesting when they try to police us, and they're clearly not crackpots. They're clearly there to discredit everybody.
Oh, yeah. Well, talking about the individual, and by the way, there are a number of individuals seeking to discredit everything from the 9/11 truth movement to really what we are, which is the overall truth movement, exposing the global conspiracy of the elite. And, of course, from the CIA, the Israeli Mossad, have a tremendous amount of money. And they've put into these people. There are many disinformation agents out there, but you have to watch carefully what they're doing. Usually they go to the ridiculous, and this is what they do to discredit the movement, because later you'll see them begin to be quoted. For example, the individual you're talking about went over to Israel and was on Israel national radio. So he was chosen, you see. And it turns out, and by the way, he blasts anybody, this person that you're talking about, who supposedly has been exposing the Vatican Jesuits. He will blast anyone who exposes Zionism. And I always wondered about that. It's one thing to expose the Catholic Church and the Vatican, But why does he defend
Texe,
the
hold on.
Zionists so
Hold on, Texe. We just went to break.
Okay.
John, I'm going to skip this break so Texe can continue, as I was saying. Okay, please continue, Texe.
Well, this individual not only has supposedly written a book, although it's a very mysterious publisher that never published a book before or after. And he claims he's not related to this publisher. But he wrote this book, and it is going to be the end-all book to expose the Jesuits. Now, I've been busy exposing the Jesuits myself for about 20 years, and I'm more than willing to welcome anyone that does this. But I got his book, and it was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the Jesuits have done everything from killing JFK, World War I, World War II, World War III. I mean, it's almost incredible. But the big thing about this individual, he goes from the Jesuits to start attacking anyone who says that 9/11 was an inside job. Oh, they're Vatican Jesuit priest in hiding. Then he goes against, let's say, people like Constance Cumby. Now, Cumby wrote a book long time ago exposing the New Age occult movement. He says Cumby is a Vatican Jesuit. She's a Romish vixen, you know, and which sort of made me laugh a little bit. Romish vixen. I think he took a picture of Connie about 40 years ago, you know, and he still thinks she looks like that. That shows the depth of his research. But now this man is knocking the 9/11 truth movement, and if you expose Zionism, he is really after you. Boy, you're the one. You must be secretly a Vatican Jesuit, or you wouldn't be against Zionism. So this is his game, and I've noticed as he has attacked you, he has attacked Alfred Weber, you know, the guy that wants to have the 9/11 tribunal to try Bush and Cheney. He's attacked him, called him a Vatican Jesuit, you know, covert agent. He's attacked me, of course. Even though I probably have more videos, more CDs in my ministry. You can go there and just look and type in the word Catholic or Vatican. I've probably done, you know, a dozen videos exposing the Vatican, but now I'm a Vatican agent. And it's very interesting, too, though.
Well, that's because all evil can only flow from the Vatican.
Well, yeah, that's his theory. But, of course, the Vatican does have the evil, and that's what I've been exposing, along with, by the way, the tele-evangelists and the others who are also paid by the Illuminati elite, and I've done that, too. So I've sort of looked at the whole range of false
Yeah, they've taken it all over, basically, all the big institutions, but they don't want that. But, I mean, the craziest thing is saying that they do black magic rituals to make nuclear explosions. I mean,
Well, what he does in his book and the radio programs, and he's been invited on, unfortunately, onto a number of Patriot radio programs. And they're looking for the truth, so this man seems to have some truth, you see. But then, after he's gained a little notoriety, then he starts attacking, everyone who goes against...
Hold on. We're going back to the full audience. We're going back to the full audience. Here we go.
Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
Now, again, folks, we're not even in fighting here. That means fighting people who are in the Patriot movement or the Awakening movement. And I wanted to get into this later, but Texas is just getting into it now, so we can. I also want to get into the economy and your take on the election. But there are people out there, and the kingpin of this literally says that nuclear weapons, and I challenge people to counter me on this, they won't, because he's got quite a following. They do black magic rituals in Foo Fighter flying saucers. I'm not joking. And that they drop these things on ley lines, and they can only drop nukes on ley lines because that's where their black magic power works. Now, he also says the Earth is on some type of meridian, Tropic of Cancer. I don't know what that means. And it's on a string, and the Earth goes up and down on a string, and the universe orbits it. And, I mean, that's all. He can't believe that. I mean, that's meant to discredit what he's saying. And then blacks need to all be sent to their own country. He says, I'm a white supremacist. And then he goes and says, and we're Nazi Vatican agents who were working for the Nazis. And then again, neither one of us are Catholic. You know, I mean, you actually married my wife and I. know you're a Protestant.
Sure.
You're also a retired Air Force officer and a space and aeronautics professor. And I just ignore this stuff. But then I did start noticing that, like, the Israeli government and people have this guy on, and then you discovered that he's actually in the pay of some of the Israeli folks and kind of leads a double life. And that's really what I found, because I've tried to stay out of the whole Zionist thing. I've had guests on like yourself to cover it. I'm against what Israel does when they murder innocent people. You know, I'm against, some of the views there. I'm against the infiltration of our government, the spying, all that stuff. And we've made fabled enemies about it. But just because I'm trying to cover the general New World Order stuff and not get in all the fighting, I've been a little light on it. And I've tried to be more hardcore on it. But even before I got more serious on the issue, I was attacked. I mean, if you say the Israel attacked USS Liberty, which is now declassified and admitted, that is a lie. You are working for the Pope. And I mean, it doesn't matter if it's now admitted mainstream news. So I don't want to spend all day on this text because, you're a giant in this, 20 years fighting the New World Order. I've been doing it for 13 years. And I know you've made some amazing discoveries. Others have as well about this individual. But that's what I told people privately about it. I just said, look, that's some kind of way to get to sick Protestants who've been conditioned, through the churches to worship Israel instead of Christ. And that's the new religion.
Absolutely.
And Pastor Hagee now saying Jesus isn't even the Messiah, and people say, yes, he's not. Israel, the real Messiah, is about to come to Israel. Well, the Bible says the fake Messiah is going to come to Israel.
Absolutely.
But the point is, this is classic stuff, and so I've just pulled back from it. And but I keep expecting people to go, well, look, he says flying saucers drop nukes.